Welcome back as we continue our discussion on the changing face and the continuing trends of social media. And here, as part of our group discussion, are three social media experts. Rhonda Serks is here, President and CEO of Help Me Rhonda. Love the name. David Anderson is here, retired director of social media for Clear Channel. He's now a youth motivational speaker and obviously a social media pro. And Marisol Maldonado's here, president and CEO of Social Solar, a marketing and social media branding company that helps individuals and businesses create their identity and rebrand themselves. That rebranding is the new word for social media, isn't it? Because you have to rebrand, you have to recreate, you have to ever be evolving in this process. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and in terms of that, it makes sense that you would maximize the potential of what's available to you out there. And for the most part, this stuff is free.
Yes.
It's not like you are paying an initiation fee or a membership fee to become a part of Facebook or Twitter or any of these things. I mean, it's there and it's available for you. You all have your phones here.
Yes.
For a novice like me, and I do not have the iPhone 4S, I want you to hold those phones up again. Is it easier to do what you do on this particular phone? Not that we're
giving
selling
a
these
plug
phones.
for Apple, right?
Giving any
As
plugs,
Apple
but
needs our help.
Right.
Right, as Apple needs our help. Exactly. But for example, what do you have up there, David?
This is Spreaker. This is my Spreaker app. Now, Spreaker is a podcasting
Hold
platform.
that up just a little bit so they can see that a little bit. Okay, and it's a what now?
It's a podcasting platform. Now, what makes Spreaker different than most podcasting platforms is if you have an Android phone or an iPhone 4S like I do, I can broadcast my podcast from here. It'll send a link to my Twitter and put a player on my Facebook page simultaneously. And it's super easy. Anyone who wants to be a radio personality can do it. And it's available on iTunes the second you're finished with your broadcast.
So the key here also is connectivity and how fast you can get things done. How big of a deal is that when it comes to doing what you do?
It's really a big deal. And then with everything changing, there's always a new app being developed. There's always something new out there. And so in order for us to do our business, right, we need to know what's the latest out there. Mm-hmm. What's the latest app? We need to download that app. Well, we need to see what the news is. Right. What's happening right now? Yeah. Is that going to affect my client? Yeah. And it's going to pop up on these phones.
It keeps you plugged in 24/7 no matter where you are. We're going to get back to your apps because each of you have put together your top 5. We're going to get to those in just a minute. But Rhonda, I want you to talk to me about Empire Avenue. I'm thinking of Boardwalk Empire, the HBO show. What's Empire Avenue?
When I tell people Empire Avenue, I just get blank stares, but there are millions of people on Empire Avenue. It's a virtual stock market. And what you do is you buy and you sell people. And the currency are called EVES. It's not in dollars. It's free, so you can join for free. You can join instantly. People do spend money to get more EVES so they can maybe buy people so their stock will go up faster or do missions.
But when you say buy, you're not talking real stocks,
no,
or are
it's
you?
People. You're buying people and you're engaging with them. To me, this is the one thing that I am just really so addicted to is, I love Twitter, don't get me wrong, but I can't get myself off Empire Avenue.
Wow. This is addictive, isn't it? Once you really start to get into it. I mean, like, how often do you tweet, David?
I probably tweet 15 times a day easily.
Rhonda?
50 to 100.
Really?
Yes.
Marisol?
I'm in that range, about 50 to 100.
So all the time you're tweeting about something you're doing somewhere. Like, have you tweeted since you've been on this program today? Come on.
Yes.
The answer is yes. On Art Fennell Reports right now, having a great discussion.
Right, that's exactly what we're doing.
And people are interested in knowing that, aren't they?
Absolutely. Now, people who aren't familiar with social media and aren't familiar with Twitter think it's just a bunch of people going, I'm sitting on the toilet. Send.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not that kind of party.
Who wants to know?
It's not that
Tell
kind
us
of
what
party.
kind of party it is.
It's the kind of party where you want to be able to give people an insight on what it is that you do. A lot of my clients actually come to me from Twitter. They come to me from Twitter. They come from my YouTube page. I'm very blessed that I have over 2 million hits on YouTube. I have basically built my business and was able to retire from a very prominent job based off of social media, primarily Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Wow.
So
branding yourself. Google Plus. Let's talk about Google Plus, making this connection with Google Plus. Big deal about that. Who wants to take it?
Well, Google Plus is awesome. It's the social media network that could. You know, it's very simple. It's very easy to use. It's a simple concept. There are certain things I want my mother, my brother, my sister-in-law to see that I don't necessarily want the rest of the world to see, and vice versa. And so you can put people in different circles. I have David's business circles. I have friends. I have fans. I have supporters. I have particular interests. And so it organizes
Unlike
people.
Facebook, where everybody just comes to your page.
Right. And the settings in order to filter people out on Facebook is a lot more difficult, to be honest with you. But if you know what you're doing, it's a piece of cake. But for the layman user, Google Plus has the advantage in separating what you want people to see as far as your own personal content.
I like it. I'm going to have to check out more on Google Plus. Again, I'm learning here. I am not a social media expert, so that's why I have people like you who do. Now we're going to get into this world of the apps, okay? Because there's an app for that. This and that. There's an app for everything.
There's a new app as we're speaking.
There's a new app
right?
as we're speaking. There's an app about how to get your apps. Okay, Rhonda, I'm going to start with you, and you guys have each come up with a list for me of your top 5 apps, and we may have some duplication here. I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay.
The first one for you is Hootsuite that Marisol mentioned a minute ago. What in the world is that?
That was, I know, on both of our lists as the top
Yes.
app. It helps. It's up there all day long on my computer, and I can also get it on my iPhone. That helps me monitor my conversations. It helps see if anyone's mentioning me. I can have conversations with that person. I can see, and I can track the reports.
Okay, let's go back to the rest of it here. I'm just going to go through all of them. Dropbox, Evernote, Flipboard, and what's that? Log Me In.
Which is amazing.
Log Me. Is that your favorite of the 5?
I don't know what my favorite. I mean, there's so many of them. You told me to choose 5. I could have given you some more.
I got you. And for the folks out there, again, you should be writing these down because if these guys say that they're good, they're probably worth your time to go check them out because they would know. Let's go to Dave. Let's go to Dave's list here, and let's put Dave's list up. Okay? MyFitnessPal,
Oh, yeah.
Instagram, Highlight, Google Voice, and Speaker. Okay? Spreaker.
Spreaker.
You mentioned Spreaker
Yes.
just a second ago. Is that your favorite?
It's one of my favorites. Between that and MyFitnessPal, I've lost 25 pounds using MyFitnessPal.
What is it? What does MyFitnessPal do?
Well, MyFitnessPal basically takes the guesswork out of dieting. It takes your height, your weight, and your age and gives you a calorie count that you're supposed to stay in or under throughout the course of the day. And there's so many foods that you eat, so many things that you're cooking, that you buy from the store. It actually has a built-in scanner so that you can get the exact calorie count, sodium, the entire thing. And it also has a list of exercises. You can customize your own exercises, and it'll calculate the amount of calories burnt based on the time you spend doing those exercises.
But will it do the exercise for you?
That's a no, sir.
I like that one.
Doggone it, I thought I had the
We're not
perfect
there
app.
yet. We're not
I
there
thought
yet.
I had the
We'll
perfect
get there.
app,
We'll
man.
get there.
My goodness. All right, let's go to Marisol's list here. Top 5 apps. Again, here comes Hootsuite. I love that name, by the way. Hootsuite. Sounds like a band or something. Foursquare, Huffington Post. We all know about the Huffington Post. Documents to Go, Office Suite. And Words with Friends.
We all know about Words with
Words
Friends.
with
too.
Friends. That's what got
just
Alec
for, That's
Baldwin
for
in
my
trouble.
leisure time. But I love Foursquare. You know, you come into an establishment. It's really great for businesses too. They can offer discounts for you. You're competing against friends to become the mayor of a establishment, and then they have you know, freebies
Yeah,
that they can
so
give.
you take it with you when you go shopping? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, it's a app. You check in. Say here I'm at the Art Fennell show.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the Art Fennell show, maybe I win a badge that says now I'm, you know,
Well, you
welcome
should
to
win.
Philadelphia badge.
You guys should win something for being on this program.
You win badges
And it
and all
goes out
types of
to our
stuff.
Facebook. It goes
And
out
it
to our
communicates,
Facebooks and
yes.
to Twitter, so people know where you are. And
Yeah.
sometimes they'll say, "Hey," you know, they'll comment back, and it's all about being in the conversation.
And that's
Yeah,
what
staying
isn't
interactive.
that what really all of this is about being part of the conversation and making it applicable to your daily life. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's what this program was about, because again, we'll be having more of these, because social media, although it says social media, it is about business too. And you know, who wouldn't be interested in that? Hey, I want to thank all of you for being here on the program. This is always interesting and educational. I've been taking notes, and I want to look more into Hootsuite. I just love that name, so I like saying that. How often do you get to say Hootsuite? All right, David and Rhonda, Marisol, again, thank you. And those of you at home, we thank you for being there as well. I'm Art Fennell. We will see you again next time on The Report.